In this video, we're going to section our unified design into 3 tiers horizontally. So at the end of this project, or at the end of this video today, you'll have 3 tiers sectioned out like I have over here in my layers window, where I have a foreground, a middle ground, and a background layer, and then a white layer in the background of that. So to get started, I will go ahead and merge my layers down so that my paper looks like yours, where I have my outline of my design. It's kind of that coloring book style. My first step is to look for natural horizons within my own artwork. How can you work your way from left to right to create a middle ground chunk in your artwork? To section that middle ground chunk in our artwork, I'm going to grab my Paths tool and I'm going to work my way around my character, but I'm not just sectioning out the mermaid, I'm sectioning out the wave with it, because I'm working my way from left to right or right to left across the page. And I'm going to capture some of those things that are vertical. So I have a dynamic horizon line. A dynamic horizon line would mean that my horizon line can go up and down a bit, kind of like a tree line would. Once your path is sectioned out for your entire middle ground, you'll choose Selection from Path over in your Tool Options dialog box. Then you'll go up to Select, and you're going to grow that selection by 5 pixels. That's going to push your border out 5 pixels from your original outline. Now I'm going to cut my middle ground out and put it in its own separate layer. So to cut, I can choose Control X on my keyboard. I hold down Control X at the same time and it cuts it, and then I click Control V to paste it in a floating selection layer. A floating selection layer is kind of locked until I right click it and choose to new layer. It's important for me to go ahead right now, double click my pasted layer and call it Foreground. Foreground. Oh, sorry, Middle Ground. I don't know what I was doing there. Middle Ground. You can see when I hide that middle ground layer that it's now in its own section, and this unified layer is on its own. I'll go ahead and work my way around so that my middle ground layer also is sectioned out with the background layer, and the foreground layer is also cut out. Once you have your foreground, middle ground, and background, you'll need to arrange them so that the foreground layer sits towards the top of your layers dialog box, and your middle ground is in the middle, and the background layer is towards the bottom of the dialog box. Then you'll hit Save on your keyboard. The next thing you'll need to do is add tabs, and you'll access the adding tabs portion through the next video.